Hello, everybody. It is a second look. Give me a second here, folks. I'm doing it. There we go. So welcome. We have the posse from the Andromeda 7 portal group. And of course, my co-host, Miss Trina. How are you doing, dear?
I'm wonderful. And how are you?
Any better, I'd be guilty. But then again, I was never that innocent. You know? So everyone, I am honored and thrilled to have what started as a vision with Big Al. Is that right? As I understand the morph, how this thing has come along. And from there, Karen and Laurie, right? Is that how it worked? And David, you got involved, and the next thing we know, we have an idea, and I'm going to let y'all describe it better than myself. And this is now what I like about this. This is demonstration of thought materializing.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, it's demonstration, folks. It works. So we got a full hour. I am going to turn it over, and I guess Laurie, you are the spokesperson. I am thinking on this, right?
You bet.
All right, so I'm going to share the captain seat and let you take it away and kind of just tell your story, and we'll just take it from there.
Okay, I can do that.
Excellent.
So this, thank you, Wayne, very much for having us first and
cool.
foremost on your channel. We really appreciate the attention. Also, too, this is a conceptual dream between Brian Barnette and Al. So the many hours that Al spent driving down the road, connected with Brian, and has been kind of developing this idea for the last year, which has been really incredible. And he has a unique connection to a lot of us in this group where he's got this one-on-one with us. And he started sharing this idea, and we all just kind of jumped on board because we realized this is something that is so new that's not really been done. And so with David Berry doing the graphics, with Theresa D'Anton doing the administrative aspects of it, Trina and her knowledge of the metaphysical and all of that good stuff. And then of course, Crystal MacArthur, who's going to be doing the hosting of the show, is really an incredible aspect. So bringing all of us together and incorporating all of this, the Andromeda 7 portal channel, it differs from other channels in our spiritual community in that it's an interactive talk show format for sharing stories and experiences. And we provide a platform for showcasing the gifts and talents, the products and services that so many of us have to offer to our brothers and sisters. And that's basically what we're doing. This Friday, we'll be doing our first live video. And we've been practicing really heavy and trying to iron out all these tech issues, but we're feeling really good about it. So.
Well, it's looking good. So as I understand, you have a YouTube channel, and is there a website coming?
That's probably something we'll do in the future, which would be a good idea. But as this evolves, I can see that happening. Yeah.
Cool.
But at this point, just the channel.
Just okay.
And Karen, Queen of Quartz, has us on her website too. So if you want to go to Queen of Quartz channel, she has some information on that. Pretty much what I just discussed with you.
Well, Karen, we say hello to you. I don't. Is she still up in the Yukon?
I believe so.
Go back. Yeah.
Oh,
she's back here for a little while.
Yeah. Karen said she might be in chat tonight.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Far out.
Also want to say hi to everybody in chat as well. Hello, everybody.
Everyone in chat.
Hi,
I can't see the chat right now because I want to see everyone here. By the way, favor to everyone. Nothing missing, nothing broken being your lives. And listen, those of us in the United States, I think all of us here, it's cool. Tomorrow will be tomorrow, and we'll still be here. So yeah.
We'll survive. We'll get through it.
I hear Gloria Gaynor in the background. I will survive.
Funny.
I'm sorry, it's just how I'm wired, folks. That's
I
all.
love that. That's great. Yeah.
Wayne speaks in song.
I do.
I love it. Love it. Yeah.
So, Crystal, you're going to be the host. Is that right?
That's what they say. So,
well, let's get to know you a little bit. I think that is great.
You know, I connected with Brian and you about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I was like driven to like share my life experiences on YouTube. I have no idea where that came from, but it was like this force just saying, it doesn't matter. You just survived walking through a lightning storm to get your groceries on your backpack. Do a video about it. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to do videos. And me and Brian started connecting. I was always up in the chats and trying to be as interactive as possible. And then Brian tried to get me on the show. And I was just like, no, I don't think and then he passed away. So this is kind of my opportunity to make up for what I missed as kind of an apology. And yes, Brian, I will do this. And I've got a lot of learning and a lot of growing to do, but I also have real life practical experiences through my storms, my dark nights of the souls, dealing with NPCs and soulless ones and gang stalking and EMF attacks. I've gone through the targeted stuff, but I'm here to present to you a person and a being who has had the tenacity and, excuse my language, balls to get through it. But I also was fortunate to tap into people with similar frequencies to me of like-mindedness to come together as a powerful, loving force that heals and improves and pushes you to grow and expand and create the reality that is your truth. And that is powerful.
Absolutely.
So here I am.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I mean, fantastic. I'm glad to hear that.
You're part of that, Wayne. You're part of that, Wayne. You're also, I connect with you. Anytime I'm like, okay, this dude is cool in my book. I love you.
Well, listen, we all have a part to play.
And, well, you've definitely expanded our views, that's for sure. So we're better for knowing you and your channel. So
thank you all. That humbles me. And all I did was start saying the bus is ready to load, and y'all got on there. I'm going, what are they thinking?
It's the joyride.
They turn up the tunes and let's
They're
go.
really going to trust me driving? Okay.
Full speed ahead.
It's cool music on this bus.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, in a enlightened group, it is. I mean, I marvel at this from the time when I first met Brian. And Brian and I met through Rex Leak Project. That's how we come to know each other. And to see none of this existed back then. None of this.
Nope.
And I look at these beautiful light beams that I see on my monitor and the energies that have now grown. It's remarkable. I mean, and I don't think that this is by accident.
No.
No, neither.
So.
No, I think there was a purpose behind it for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were all getting messages pretty much at the same time ever since Brian ascended. And he talks to each of us in a different way, but the message was very clear. The next evolution beyond what he created and you and others is this interaction, the ability to connect, come into a nice place, just relax, share stories, share experiences, and that helps strengthen the group. It helps cleanse. It helps you prepare for your inner works, but it also gives you that opportunity to let other people in the audience interact. If they want to come on the show, they send us a message and we bring them on the show.
Yeah.
If they want to hook up later and be a guest speaker and come and do a show and tell of all their products and services, they can do that too. So it just brings us closer,
Yeah, I mean, we used to have the term back in the days, it's a testimony, and you can't have a testimony without a test.
Right.
That's interesting.
I mean, it just can't happen,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So David, I am excited to see you part of this.
So
You know, when I
Yes, it
see
does.
this tribe, this group, you know, there are certain individuals that I see into the ether, and you know, I see as you as one of the masters in the group, and the knowledge, the gnosis that has been brought forth by your presence and by your interaction and willingness to serve. I mean, that to me is a moniker of what I think of David Barry, and the knowledge that you have brought forth is quite interesting. I've always wanted to find out. So, how did you see this? Was it you and Al? I mean, this is interesting because the dynamics here are powerful, and I do believe that as it begins to congeal, it has a tendency to be very dynamous in its impact. How's that? I use Greek, Trina. I use Greek.
I like it.
Big words.
Big word, big word. All right.
Confusing me now. Yeah. Well, me and Al have kind of been working on manifesting this for quite a while, really, from two different aspects. Just like you all, we all came to know Brian in different ways. And just running up to Brian's passing, I've been trying to set up a format for the Soul Tribe. So we've got a common place to come and learn the skills needed for us to progress. Hence me doing the Discord when everybody was asking for a Discord, I set a Discord up. We need a place now to go to progress and carry our journeys on. A lot of people managed to get so far on Brian's channel with the knowledge that he's sharing, and yourself, Wayne. Wayne, you're an amazing teacher. You've been a conduit for all of us. That's how I see you, Wayne, as a conduit, and a very, very good one. We've all come to know you and know each other through you, through your chat, through your friendship towards us. But now it's time to carry the teachings and the learnings on. Now with Andromeda 7 portal, we can do this. We can chart people's progress. We can help you along the way. You can jump in the chat room if you have an issue that we're discussing that day. Maybe you're not progressing as you would like to be with your internal work or whatever. We can help you there. We've certainly got the skills needed with all the girls on board and all the other people in the background working. It's basically about keeping the light moving. You know, got Brian started this all rolling. You started it rolling. All got a little part to play. I think each one of us has got something to bring to what's going on, and each one of us has got a little piece to the puzzle. And through Andromeda 7 portal, we can all bring these pieces together and see where we go. Really, we can all ascend. For want of a better word, we can all do the internal work. We can all progress.
I see this as you were talking, and it's coming to me, is that, Trina, this is, I would say, probably a progenitor to, and I'm going to say this is what I see as Andromeda 7. It's actually, I could term it as a mystery school.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's the knowledge that we'll be trying to impart to the people. If they come in looking, they got eyes to see, ears to hear, they're going to be willing to listen to us.
That's what a mystery school is.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
Interesting.
Some people aren't going to be prepared to hear some of the things we've got to say, maybe, as you know, Wayne. There's some stuff you're just not ready to hear. Like
don't shoot the messenger. That's all I got to say, you know?
Yeah. So as you learn more, you know less. So when you get to that point, oh my God, the rabbit hole's deep in it. But with you, there's going to be someone in the group that's been there and done it. So we can help you.
I would say it's an organically evolving type of mystery school. Build it and they will come. Build it and it will grow. And it will keep evolving and moving us all forward. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, and the mystery that we're all looking for the same mystery, which is just finding truth. We know that a lot of the things that we've learned aren't correct. And now we want to look at everything and find as much truth as we can. And that's going to take a journey of a long leg of discovery, and it's going to take us down many other paths. But it doesn't mean like we're subscribing to one group or one system or like any kind of a a structured, you
No.
have to leave this way, or, you know, because it's not any of that. This is about
Oh.
freedom
Yep.
to explore, express, and grow and learn and seek truth together as a group in all the different ways it's going to show up.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's the next generation of, we've got all these programs that are opening our minds and giving us knowledge. Where does that wisdom come from? You know, how do you apply that knowledge from all these different teachings on our journeys? And how can we share how we're doing that to get rid of roadblocks and break through barriers that would otherwise keep us from progressing the way we would like to?
You know, it seems like the world is really changing right now. We're going through some big changes. So with that, that means that things need to change. And I think this might be one of the very first that's going to be the wave of the future. It's going to be a new wave of learning how to lose competition and learn how to join together as community.
Yes.
That's key right there.
The one.
That's
There you go.
Yeah.
Community, yeah.
Trina, drop mic.
David, you ought to get an animation where you can actually do that. You can just, you know, plug it in like boom.
Don't.
Mic drop.
I could do that.
I mean, think about it. I think that would be kind of a cool effect. I picked up on something about sharing experiences, and it's something that I see in my teachings with the group, is that there are only a very few that actually participate.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've got to expand that out. But
Tricky
I also have,
programming, I think. Sorry, Wayne.
no, you just took the word leader right out of my mind. Get out of my head, man. But
I do that
anyway,
all the time.
it's like, man, there's already a crowd here, you know, but
I do that with everyone though, Wayne. It's not just you.
oh, good.
He does.
You know, it's
love
only
it.
a party when there's more than three. I mean, that's all I got to say. But the thing I have to look at this is I like the aspect, because in my channel, there are many people who are now breaking away from traditional religion primarily. And so they come in to this community. They're kind of shocked because this community is not like others. This one, there really is a spirit of kindness, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, it's to all these people waking up, man, our hearts go out to you because we know what it feels like, and it hurts. It's hard. So
A lot of work.
you'll get through it.
I'm going to get Penny Kelly on here. Someone recommended her. I went over in her channel, and I really liked what she said. She said, you know, you don't want to start rebuilding when it all crashes down. You want to be able to control the demolition, so to speak. And I thought, how unique to say.
Good analogy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
good way of putting it. Yeah,
isn't it though? I mean, you know, if you do a deconstruct in a systematic approach, well, when you start rebuilding, you don't need the phoenix. You just start rebuilding what the core is supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Build
and
upon layers and layers. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say, and despite all of our different multifaceted perspectives, I can still, at my core, choose to show you and demonstrate to you love. No matter what our perspectives may be different, I can still serve you up a gourmet dinner and feast of pure unconditional kindness, and serving you out of compassion, understanding of, you know, this is hard. I know I've been through some hard things too. You know what? I'm just going to show you some love.
Yeah.
And you might learn a little magic along the way.
Yeah. You might.
yeah.
I mean,
And if anything, you're an example. We were talking with Wayne right before we got together here, that we couldn't get over how these cities are protecting themselves today, boarding up their windows and shutting down the city and nailing doors closed because they're afraid of all this violence. And if only they could just get this key that we all seem to have found here, and that is, you're each doing your own thing. We understand. That's cool. We love you.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep moving forward together, and just be nice. Audrey Roden posted something today, said just be nice. Don't gloat if you win, and don't get mad and have a temper tantrum if you lose. just be nice to everybody and love everybody. And it's like, if we can't as a society move people in that direction as a group conscious, then what are we going to do? And we have that ability to do this.
Yeah.
That's why we sing the Beatles.
Every program.
All we need is love. Everybody now. But anyway.
Love is all we need.
Let it be.
It does really start with self-love, you guys. Self-love is like the biggest thing you're going to learn about yourself. Once you have self-love, then you'll have love for others. And I think that's key to this whole process of learning about yourself and the dark night of the soul, and, really absorbing all of that, just to love yourself. And when you do that, you can love others unconditionally.
Yeah.
Boy, if you focus on just the journey, the dark night of the soul, it's, I recently was telling someone through email, I wish there was another way, but you've got to go through the darkness. I mean,
That's it.
You have to
got to know the contrast. Yeah.
Yeah. But you need to have balance in both, really, don't you? You don't have too much of one or too much of the other.
Exactly.
Yeah. What were you
You
going
gotta
to
know
say,
the
Trina?
dark to know the light. Sorry.
It's everything inside of us is charging. It's holding a charge. So that's what we have to deal with is finding a way to get those charges out of our body. And that's the only way that happens is in the subconscious. There's nowhere else. And that's where you go in meditation and, all these practices, they get you into that still, quiet place. And this is where you can look at your, how does my world feel? Because that's all about what's within you. So, this is going to be a step and a process of learning more about what we are. And that's what we're trying to do, is figure out, what is a human? What is it? There's so much that we don't even know. And we're learning about ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
My teacher taught me this morning, it was very interesting in my meditation session. He says, you're becoming a neutron. He said, you in your life path have been what we would call a positron. You've been a negatron, and now you're coming into the neutral state. And when you reach that point of neutrality, you break the duality.
Yes.
Yes. I was
I jumped up out of my yoga, got out, and then I said, I won't say exactly what I said, but I used an explicit word because I mean, I don't know about y'all, but it bothers me that this duality, the polarity of what this mass that we're living in this density, I want to get the freak out of here.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. I want to graduate too.
Wayne, you just tapped in because earlier we were in a meeting and I said, I felt like after our first dress rehearsal, I felt like this neutron star, I'm just watching it go like that, and you just picked up on it. Oh my God.
Hey, what can I say,
read you
man?
guys something really interesting from Yellow Rose of Texas?
Sure.
That came out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was, but because we've been talking about this stuff, and it was amazing when this came up. When you just keep seeing layers of confirmation that just resonate, you're like, whoa. Okay. So this is from her on 10, she just posted this recently, and it's Yellow Rose of Texas. And this isn't all of it. This is just a part of it. But I was like, you guys got to hear this. It's profound. So it says, you are not a spirit. You are a soul. And there are more than one. You come in with a program, a skit, and you'll get a costume. All of your memories and your history were implanted. As part of the program, you were implanted as a part of it. You were placed under it when you were taken as a prisoner of war in the galactic battle. Yeah. The problem was getting your mind to break out of the program, but the mind is attached to the program. It's an error. The error that would prompt the mind to wake up. So those of us who are into these levels of thought, we're prompting the system with an error code, and we're waking up. It's the error code that wakes you. Enough for those outside to be able to retrieve your mind back to its real body.
Wow.
The real body again. This information, I keep getting it outside the program construct. So this would be outside of the matrix. The construct was designed to send your soul and your mind back up to the line to wake up after an incarnation, and you would be there in stasis. So, but we've been blocked from that somehow. So part of the sabotage was that they glued you into a physical form somehow by the use of sound frequency to the body. This had to be undone, and it was undone. It was very involved, and it included surgeries for many. But some of these souls were not waking up enough to make that connection. They're deeply programmed by the system, from the ordinary citizens of MSM and CNN programming to military, police, law, government, all the way through. The societies have been attached and controlled and in positions, placed in specific positions within the matrix system. It is a subconscious mind and soul that must make it back to the real body in order for them to pull that individual out of the system and connect them back to their body and pull them and deconstruct them out of the matrix. This can't be done though before people are ready within their mind, because if you do that, they will die. Their physical body will drop and they will dissolve within the construct. You have to keep the mind intact, is what they're saying. Or you will be trapped or lost forever, and that individual dies outside the real world as well. All of this show that you've seen going on is part of an effort to retrieve those promoted to further forward out of the program. That's us. We're trying to further forward because we know that something's off, and we want to move out of it.
Right.
It appears many are getting enough of the pieces of their individual programs and bringing them back, and they have enough of a conclusion that they are more than their body, so that they can be retrieved and disconnected from the matrix. So I thought that was profound, guys. And this is what they said would be the Great Awakening. This is how it's being done. You wake up and then you become disconnected. And they said that this would be the division of the families, because this will divide your families.
Oh,
I spoke with you about that.
Huh?
I spoke to you about that when I was on Milky Way Soul Tribe. I don't know if you remember me saying I was on about during my meditations. I'm learning. If you can picture a fractal, when you see fractals, like in my videos and what have you, you're always zooming into the fractal, zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. Like you, Trina, I know we're somewhere else doing something else, which is exactly what you've just described. So what I'm visualizing through my meditations now, instead of zooming into the fractal, I'm zooming in out through the fractal, back to the point source of fractal, which will take me to where Yellow Rose was on about. So if I can teach everybody else this meditation technique.
That was me.
I'm still teaching myself it, but
that's me too, Dave. I've been working on it too, but I was using a projector. Like I was using a projecting eye to follow the fractals. That's kind of different, but kind of the same.
Yeah, I'm just visualizing it in my mind, actually chasing the fractal back up to the point of where it actually starts off, and see what happens when I get there. I'm not there yet. Getting there though.
Well, take us with you when you get there, buddy.
The only problem is it might look like I've died when I get there. Like that was also saying in that document that you just read from. The people that make it out may just appear they've died in their sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems to be the
what happened
theme.
to Neo in the Matrix.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's how do we get out? Yeah. You know, we've awakened out of the pods. I get that. That's the awakening. Now the soul realizes that it's now looking, and there are billions of us here, but there's very few of us who are actually getting flushed.
You have to free yourself.
Well, this might sound strange, but ask yourself this question. In Greek mythology, how did the seven sisters do it? They did it collectively, did they not?
That's true.
They all thought, we're fleeing this place. We need to get away, or we need to go ascend. We need to move forward. And they did it as a conscious thought together. And they ascended. That's just the story, and everybody has a story, as Jules would say. Everything's a story.
Oh, Jules, she's watching. I think it's 4:30 in the morning there.
Yeah.
That explains the message someone had.
We love you, girl.
Sisters need to talk with you.
So
and so we have Andromeda 7.
Yeah, and that's where in the skies, it's kind of near Orion, but it's a different part. It's where the Pleiades is, Andromeda. It's a different system there. And that's where Pegasus is, higher mind.
That's where the war is taking part in Orion.
Well, when I go out at night at 3:30 in the morning, the Orion is now just directly above me, and the Pleiades are right there as well. And it always, it's something about the Pleiades. It just, it's an interesting little group
Top
of planets.
right shoulder of Orion, and keep going till you get to the baseball cap.
Yeah.
My son's actually got a star in that constellation.
Oh, is that right?
Right on.
I've got one, but you got to go to Portugal to see it. But my son's got a star named after him in that constellation.
Oh,
nice.
I have one in Coma Berenices on the 33rd.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Hey.
May it turn out to be everything you wanted it to be. Well, you know that there's supposed to be, the rumor around there. In fact, it's very interesting. It's not heard about, but tomorrow there's supposed to be an asteroid hitting. Or so the worshippers of death keep saying. I don't know.
Worshippers of death. That is such the best word. Remember, I kept saying, Wayne, what are they worshiping? What are they worshiping? That's it. That's
Death.
what they're worshiping.
Yeah.
You got it. They're worshiping death. That's exact. I'm like, it's not Satan. It's
No.
not. No. I'm like, what is it? And it's death. And that's exactly what it is. I was like, that they're worshiping death.
And
What
the
a huge
problem
waste
is
of an imagination.
boy, Crystal, isn't it though?
It goes
Isn't it
against why
odd
you're
that that's
here.
what they try to do is keep us occupied, our imaginations now into the black, what I call is the black mirror.
Keeping you distracted.
These little bastards,
Yeah.
I am your master.
Everything in here is distraction. Everything's distraction.
Wayne, it's kind of like this. Where's my phone?
Perfect.
It is so true. So my wife and I have been doing a little experiment. I've been leaving my cell phone home when I go out. And at first it's like, oh man, I mean,
you're missing something.
Yeah, and what if something happens and I'm going, wait a minute. I grew up in the 70s. We didn't have cell phones. We did this. We managed quite well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, though, and you notice too, Wayne, we had payphones. So if there was an emergency, we could go to a payphone or something and they've taken all those away.
And you had to remember their phone number as well. That's something you don't have to do anymore. You don't have to remember anybody's phone number. It's in your phone. But in those days, you had to remember those 7 digits.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, we had dog leashes. They were called pagers.
Yes.
That's what I remember when pagers
to control us wherever we went.
Yeah.
Beep, beep.
I did have a car phone. I mean, I really did back in the 80s.
I did too. The Motorola flip.
Yeah. Well, I actually had the one that sits in the cradle in the car. I had I drove a Lincoln Continental, and it was just, that was back in the day. But anyway.
I had the very first saddlebag type phone that you wore over your shoulder. It was huge.
The brick.
It was a saddlebag. Yeah.
And
high heels walking down the streets of DC trying to lug this like 20-pound phone over my shoulder.
You want my purse? What?
Laurie, you were just talking about memory. I had my Rolodex because I was in marketing and sales, and I could remember 50 phone numbers with no problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Me
I
too.
don't know more than 3 today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't even remember my sister's cell phone number.
Oh, I still have all of those numbers in my head.
Wow.
Yeah, I have
because
all
you don't have to. You're not required to save that information in your brain.
This typifies, ladies and gentlemen, David, because there's 2 of us. I'm a gentleman. I think you are. I mean, I don't know. But yes, he is a gentleman.
Yes, he is.
A scholar and a saint.
Yes.
The saint is derivative, I guess. But the point is, what freaks me out about this conversation, it shows how very easily humanity is so gullible and how it can be so changed and molded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Because everybody's in a fugue, aren't they? So they're just primed, ready for it.
Yes. We truly are in the matrix. I mean, I know that that's a pop culture, but it is truly, I think, what we are in.
Yeah.
Well,
Good
Elon
analogy.
Musk just stated not too long ago, he was like, it's like a 1 in a billion chance that we're not in a simulation.
Mhm.
I
He said
agree with
that
him.
the possibility of that
Mhm.
is not possible. He literally said that.
So
Makes
all right,
sense
let me
that we
ask the
are.
Andromeda 7 group this question then, because this is something that I'm focusing in on the forbidden religion as we're going to get deeper into this. So it really brings to the question then, who is the controller? Is the Demi Rouge what we really think it is? Or is there something yet? Because as much as this makes sense to me, there's something inside of me saying, you got to push further, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So I'm just going to turn it over to the group. Y'all just take it and run with it.
That's what I'm finding, Wayne.
I
I mean,
think the
I've
demiurge.
come to a place to where the demiurge of this world is the god of this world. And obviously we've seen it. It's not very helpful. It's evident. So when you can break free of religion, that means you get out of the gods of this world.
Mhm.
And then you're looking at the source, higher energetic, and these are going to be what they call the unseen, because I know that we come from a place that's above all the physical material planes. So that's where I'm at right at this point. But it's like, what is that unseen, and what is the unknowable, and what is the omnipotent, omnipresent part of it that's unknowable? How can we connect to that directly? And the best bet I got for that is you have to get to your real self, which is going to be in those higher realms. And how do we get to that?
Yeah, I concur with Trina. Wayne, I think it's all a massive illusion that this supposed worldly type God, whom you've been calling creator God, he's usurped or tried to usurp the role of the source creator and put himself on the same level, and has all the little minions down there coming up with all these different scenarios to get us to buy into all these different things, all the fear tactics, and all of the, if we're in a matrix, they're giving us these little program snippets to watch to try to create a false reality. We need to be able to see beyond that to what's real, and what's real is internally within us through our connection with source. So I think that everything is just a smokescreen to try to distract us from getting to the truth where we need to be.
I agree with Theresa. I feel like I'm the organic consciousness source representation in this realm, simulation, whatever. So I'm here to represent and demonstrate what going to source process looks like, and to share that and to help others to extend that out into this realm and bust down all of the distractions. All of the veils are coming. For me, they're already gone, but for some people, they're still up. And I'm actually here to help melt those down so that people realize they are on their own capable of creating the real, true personal reality. It is not all this McDonald's and cell phones and elections and things. It's further than that. It's deeper than that. And to show you the joy and the bliss and the nirvana of being organic consciousness in tune and in one with the source consciousness. And that's what I'm here to represent, is that oneness consciousness in a fractalized, or in a subjective form, so to speak. So,
Fantastic. Laurie, what do you think?
I think that the human species is still very young and it's still learning and growing. I believe the earth is a school to come down here and to learn and to evolve as a being, as a light being. So we're light beings having a human experience to learn the contrast of the things we want and the things that we don't want. And then as you move through the system, you gain the knowledge and the wisdom to move forward And then eventually you'll be able to graduate to move on to other aspects of the universe.
I love that. You know,
Just my thought.
I'll share with the group. It was in the year 2001. I had a vision, and I was walking in a city, and the city was collapsing. I mean, the buildings were brick and they were falling down. And next thing I know, I found myself in a school. And as I entered into the classroom, there was at the time what I would have described as an angel sitting at the head of this classroom. And the angel pointed at me and pointed at a whiteboard and said, teach. So here I am now, nearly 20 years later, I'm fulfilling that very vision that's taken place.
That means you're going to graduate.
I have that sense, Laurie. I really do.
You
I mean,
are going to graduate.
David and I were talking via email before this, and it was interesting with Trina, with the conversation you were talking about, the battle. And I don't think that many people are fully prepared that it is a battle.
It is.
Yeah, it's a battle for survival.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
a soldier of love.
Yep. Yes.
we're all
soldier of love.
soldiers here. That's just it. I
Right.
mean, every one of the people in this panel, in this group, I dare say many that's into the chat room, particularly in those who are watching, we are the warriors. I mean,
How
there's
many of us do you think are in
showers.
here?
pardon?
How many do you think are in here? Do you think it's possible it's just one of us in one space, and this is the consciousness that's fractalized out and split out, fragmented? So it is just one of us here.
Could be. Could be.
I'm not saying that's how it is, because if it's a dream, like when we're dreaming or we're dead and we're not here, that place is more real. And they're not more real, but that's free flowing, where like your memories and your dreams don't have a definitive start or finish. But like this thing behind me, this place has got structure to it.
That place is what happens.
It's got imposed structure built into it,
Yeah.
so that we have a definitive start and finish. We have time, we have physicality because of the structure behind it.
I believe it is very structured. Absolutely.
So is that, would you say that is organic intelligence, or is it architecturally by design, which means more mechanical?
I think it's a balance of both.
Interesting.
I think it evolves from one source where we got fragmented as spirits.
Yeah.
And so it goes back to what David is saying, is that we're all part of one, but we're fragments of one. The structure comes in sacred geometry, which is both organic and machine, but not the kind of machine that we're used to here in our human thought, but more of a nature type of combination of mechanical and organic to provide that structure. But the foundation is still there. It's the one, it's source, and we're all part of it.
I had Josh do a same.
A universal source.
Interesting. So we're going to get into the reading tomorrow that, you know, that the true unknowable God is really the antimatter. And because we're in a density of the third dimension here. And if you think about antimatter, it's the complete antithesis of what this realm really is. And that each and every one of us are, in fact, that's what our spirit is. We are encased in a matter world that is directly in opposition with our spirit, which is truly antimatter.
Exactly. And we are energy beings because our spirit is pure energy. And we are enveloped right now in a meat suit, as a brother Brian used to call it, meat suit. And it's so that we can touch, smell, feel, experience, you know, but we're not separate from the spirit.
So we may know the contrast, the difference between the two.
You and I have talked so many times that I remember I came here, I was forced here in one life. I don't know if it was this one, but I do remember the horror of being matter moved into a shell, which I would describe as a soul.
Yes.
I
And that's
didn't,
got to be kind of a confining feeling for a
isn't it
spirit
though?
who is just so out there to be all of a sudden put into something. I mean,
It's hell.
I
yeah,
remember
Well,
it.
but wait a minute,
Remember?
Wayne. Let me ask you a question. Did you feel that you were being forced into that against your will?
Yes.
I did too.
I believe
Yes.
that. Hmm.
You know what? You guys are bringing up something. You guys, I've had that same trauma.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And for me, the only way I can describe it was it felt like you were being pulled down into the bottom of the ocean and your
Holy
whole
shit, man. This whole
body
thing just hit me on
explode.
top of the head.
Yeah.
What
A
happened is
heaviness
that
you've never
they
experienced.
took me away from my group. And I
Yeah.
mean, when the
Mhm.
memories come, I wake up in night sweats
Wow.
because it's just that intense.
Mhm.
And,
Wow.
see,
You are
Wayne,
very connected.
I think you're remembering the actual captivity of when we got captured in the war. And I think that I'm remembering when they were plugging me into the matrix from the holding stations. So I think I was currently still in some form of a stasis dream station, but I was summoned through the system and they told me it's now time for you to go into physical form. And I was like, I don't want to do it. And I didn't want to go.
It's just,
Wow.
it's like
This
my wife
totally
says, do I
blows
look?
this totally blows away the whole theosophical, the whole concept of we did this because we wanted to. We wanted to learn. We wanted to experience. We wanted to grow. It totally blows that out of the water. That it wasn't a conscious choice. That we were captured and harvested instead.
I think
It
we
makes
were.
total sense to me.
Well, it talks
That
about
makes-
it in the Bible with the dragon taking 1/3 of God's children and bringing them down to the earth.
That's true.
This is like what it sounds like because it sounds like the Draconians, they ambushed and they took over Earth and they took over Tiamat and they took over a lot of other planets strategically. And I think that the Draconians got a hold of many of the human souls and were able to
Mhm.
harness them into a system somehow.
And that's okay. That's okay. Because right now you are seeing a supplantation of that manipulation and hijacking and sabotage because we are here now and it's over and we won. We win. And now you're just seeing that play out. We've already won because
Right.
we've done this in one unity and love and kindness, compassion. We showed up. We are setting the captives free. Now sit back,
Yeah.
enjoy the popcorn.
Yep.
Smoke them if you got them, is the way I say it. Just don't give it to the bus driver,
That's funny.
In unity we prevail.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's so true. I mean, once you get over it, it's the classic thing in Western culture, and I would probably say that's also in Eastern as well, is that you have the fear of darkness, you have the fear of demons, you have the fear of this construct. And when you finally break through of that and you realize that there's, well, what are they? Are they human? Are they alien? Okay, so fine, they look different. One of the things we're going to learn in the forbidden point is that us in our spirit form, they describe us as being tormented. Our facial expressions are warped. Our whole bodies are, because we have been in prison. And that's what we're seeing when you see into this realm, these horrific figures. Who is the artist, David, that Lovecraft?
Yeah, it's messed up stuff.
Yeah, but that's what he was seeing. And what he was describing and what this book is describing, those are the true human spirits that have been captured. That's what we look like.
Wow.
So for
I
us
think
to
of them as more as
transmute and
demon.
overcome this, we come in with a smile,
We
a
do.
compassion, softness, grace,
Yeah.
compassion, even if it's just, hey, you know what? I'm going to go get you a hot meal right now here, sir. Just stay right there. I'll be right back. Go get the hot meal, give it to them. Anytime you're showing up in that grace and your compassion and your overwhelming love, you are in your power and you are showing up power. That's your power.
That's what they want to take.
You can't have it.
They can't.
You can't have it.
They can't.
You're not taking
Don't
it
have
from
my
me.
permission.
No way.
No,
Not
Don't have
happening.
my permission.
Nope.
Not
no way.
consent.
And I got John Lennon going, power to the people.
Yeah.
Power to the people. So anyway, hey, if you come on this show, you know, Trina knows, you know, you're going to get songs. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Best part.
I'm going to be the universal DJ on the other side. Well, Steiger's here. All right, party. Anyway.
I love that.
We've
You
been
need a
waiting
wig
for
for
you.
John Lennon, though. It's like Wayne back in the 60s.
Listen,
Got a DeVito, baby.
every time I look
Yeah.
at myself, I'm going, you look beautiful, baby.
Mhm.
And it's true. It's true. All right, continue on. But it does bring into the point that I think many of us have been here, and I don't know, I really do hope that this is the time that we will find our release.
We will. We are. It's
I-
done.
Wayne,
I
I know that you've done it with the symbology, and I'm pretty sure the symbology, the serpent symbology, when it shows up, it's I think it means that you're free.
Liberated.
I still remember that golden snake, Trina.
So I'm telling you, yeah. And I cut myself out of the belly of a serpent,
You did,
and
yeah.
I was sleeping in stasis, and I couldn't get her to wake up. So
Mm.
yeah, there's something deep to this, and I don't think many minds have gone there, but just the fact that we're going there, it's going to awaken a many other minds through the collective,
Yeah.
with our presence
Yeah.
being aware.
Yep.
So I'm not
Agreed.
weird. The snake shows up for me as healing, electrifying, cosmic, gorgeous bliss. It's never been evil. So I feel like I'm a weirdo in this world because it's completely opposite of
Well, guess what? You are,
Crystal,
because
I
you're with
think-
the rest of the weirdos. We're all on the same ship, baby.
I really think, Crystal, you're onto that, because I think that the ancient symbol of the divine feminine is serpent.
yes.
So that makes total sense on the other aspect. But like I said, in a polarity reality, you're always going to
Yeah.
have both sides of the same thing. So the serpent can save you, or the serpent can slave you.
Well,
The word
It's-
for procreation, sex.
Sex and six.
Oh, leave it
Yeah.
to you, David.
Yeah.
You know me. You know me.
Ew.
It's a snake word, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when you think
Snake
about that,
red.
the whole thing of the serpent having relationships with Eve and, you know, conceiving Cain, it my wife and I were talking about this over the weekend. It really begins to say that the human races are not all one of the same.
Mm-mm.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Yeah.
No.
I've had that feeling too. I really have. So I just
Agreed.
usually just ignore it because whatever isn't us, and therefore I'm not going to feed it.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
Question for y'all as we get near the end of this, but it is curious. I am finding it's more and more difficult for me to have what I would call a normal conversation with people who really,
Yeah.
I mean, they're you know, they're just, I mean, is this happening
hard.
with y'all?
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
Bad.
Totally.
thank you.
You have
thank
no
you.
tolerance for it at all whatsoever. Mhm.
It's hard, because I it's like my family and stuff, they're not very woke, and a lot of the people around me, they're not. And
Yeah.
you guys, like I said, that's why you guys have been such a huge part of my life. I mean, seriously, because I've been walking this path since I was 3 years old, and it was lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me
So
about it.
It's been lonely. And if I almost developed an allergy, if someone asked me how the weather is, block. Or nope.
Yeah.
Keep going on.
Well,
Yeah.
and you know, it's so crazy too, because I haven't watched TV since 2004. Most people, like, they talk about
Right,
what's on TV, you know, what's trending. And when you don't follow any of that, you're kind of out of the loop in a big way. But, you know, I don't know. I just have more important things to focus my energy on in my
I
mind.
stopped watching cable TV in September 11th, 2001. That was the last day that I watched cable TV. From that day on, my TV was turned off, and I consciously choose movies on purpose and educational things on purpose. There is no cable.
Yeah.
I
No.
only choose what I wish to see and only that. Anything else, I have one, but it's for movies and educational, not cable.
Yeah. All right, I confess, I watch Oak Island.
I do too. I do too. I watch a lot of history.
Shame on you.
A lot of history, a lot of
Gotta
YouTube.
do you.
you pick
We
and
have
choose it.
cable here, but you know, the problem is the cable company won't let us have the 5 channels we want. And that would be the Discovery, History
Right.
Channel, the Science
Science.
Channel.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
that's the only ones we want.
Best
You know,
ones, the best ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
The
know,
best ones.
and Comcast says no, you got to have all these. But and I had this conversation 2 years ago. I said, you give us 500 channels, but there's nothing on them.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing
Give
I'm gonna watch.
Andromeda 7 5 years and we'll have all that.
It's like,
Yeah.
no. And
Yeah.
That's
so
what we're going to do.
I don't want to pay for something I'm not watching. Why do I have to
Me
pay for
neither.
something I'm not watching?
because they want you
I
to
do
be
like
programmed.
sci-fi though. I do like Star Trek and science fiction
Oh,
kind of.
Trekkie fan
absolutely.
all the
Stuff,
way.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
stuff. It's
I
part
like
of the
that.
program.
It's
I
powerful.
mean,
Yep.
I'm still glad that they actually are still doing Star Trek. I mean, and I've been a Star Trek fan from back in the 60s. You know,
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, me too.
I bet we all
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
still like watching Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
That's great.
I
We
really
used to have
do.
Star Trek parties.
I love his attitude.
We would have
You know?
Star Trek parties. This is how I met my first husband. He would have Star Trek parties dressed up as Captain Picard and stuff, and I thought it was kind of hot, but we would eat pizza and imbibe and things, you know, but I have fond memories of it. For sure.
I'm going to
Awesome.
pull out of my portfolio, Crystal, for you. Back in, I guess this was 1992, Universal Studios actually had a Universal theme park where you could actually dress up like Captain Kirk. And
Yeah.
I'm in the full uniform. I'll pull it out for
That's
everybody.
cool. Oh,
Cool.
that'd be
That's cool.
fun. I'd love to do that. That would be fun.
That would
We
be
did
awesome.
a
Yeah.
few Klingons at Paramount Great
See?
America before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, hey, listen, I got the whole seasons of the Angry Beavers. I mean, I love that cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute.
I mean, you know, so it's
If it
just
makes you laugh, that's
But you know what? There's children that are not making those cartoons, so they're adults.
right.
Yeah.
Probably.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
definitely
right.
when you look at Roadrunners, I mean, how many kids are that smart? When you look at the Roadrunner,
Yeah.
Oh,
Wile E.
love it.
Coyote.
Brilliant. Yeah, that was a brilliant cartoon.
I
I
love
mean,
it.
if kids are that smart, look out.
Yeah.
What was it? Snagglepuss? Exit stage right? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wicked.
Oh, that's
See?
funny. Yep.
I look over here and it's 10101. And I went, there we go.
Wow.
Oh, so, all right. So when is the first inaugural broadcast? When is it? What time? I've left the links. Everyone, please go ahead and subscribe. I mean, I was there. I subscribed this morning, and I'd like to see by the time they
Thank
go
you.
live that y'all have at least 200 new subscribers. So that's where I'm going to look at it.
When we go
Awesome.
live on Friday at 6, was it Laurie, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, and it'll be 9 o'clock on Eastern and all y'all in between.
So Friday,
This Friday,
Okay.
6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
oh, okay. So 7 p.m. and then that would be 8. So it'd be 9 p.m.
Eastern.
East Coast. Yeah, cool.
Right.
And over on the channel, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Over
Okay.
on our YouTube channel. Yep. We
Yep,
got our own.
Andromeda 7 portal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when will we see Big Al?
Well, we're hoping that
Whenever he can.
Whenever he can get in,
I
yeah.
was gonna say, it's the truck, where it
Yeah.
depends on where
Signal's
he's at.
terrible on the
Yeah.
truck. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on his signal, but I'm sure we'll have some snippets and things that we can show off. And
Yeah.
Well,
you'll
we
get
send
to
you
hear.
love, Big Al and Perry. You too
Yeah.
on the road.
It's really
Yeah.
frustrating for him right now, Wayne, because they would have to make a significant investment in technology that they can put inside the truck to boost it. And he's looking into it. He really is.
Yeah.
Really?
So right now, unless he has a layover somewhere where he's not in full motion and he has the ability to stabilize, he can sustain a longer link. But if he's like in motion going down the road, he goes through areas like right now he's traveling through Arizona, isn't he?
Yes,
Lori,
Sedona.
he's in
Yes, yeah.
Arizona and the
Yeah.
signals drop and he cracks in and out. And so we'll
Right.
be lucky to get him in every now and then, unless he's in a stable location. But there is some technology he can put inside that truck that'll help that, but it's not cheap, and and he has to test it. So
Well, maybe the tribe can put a few shekels in his pot and help him out on the cost on that.
then we
why
can
not?
manifest on that. We need to
Oh, yeah.
manifest that.
Yeah.
Hey, I
definitely.
mean, as I tell people, if you plant a seed, you'll never have a need.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Mhm.
It's true. It's true.
It is. It is.
So we'll sow a seed into Big Al's and Perry, and they're making broadcasts, and so they're going to be spreading the Gnosis, the knowledge. You know what? If you're going to be on the receiving end, that's a pretty good reward to have because you helped with knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm hip to that. I know on the other side, I'm going up to the banker,
Yeah.
and he's going to
Yeah.
go, "Oh crap, you're going to break the house, dude."
Yeah.
And I'm going like,
Well,
"Yeah."
let me tell you something, Wayne. He put this all together with little video snippet chats with us. I mean,
Yeah.
the reason you haven't seen a lot of us in and out as much as we normally are in these chat rooms is everybody's on a different timetable. We got people overseas. We've got people here locally spread out all over the country. And Al is sitting there driving down the road, and he's got this phone up and he's video dialing. Like every 45 minutes, he hits the video dial button because there's all these different groups working together. And he has like orchestrated this whole thing from the road with very
Amazing,
little,
man.
Yes.
with very little reception,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done
Amazing
amazing.
guy. He really is.
He's done
He
amazing.
left
job.
me a voicemail, and I guess it's a voice text, but when I get it, it sounds like Woody Woodpecker.
Oh, no.
I'm going, what the hell?
That's funny.
Going, okay, all right. Anyway, Laurie, you're laughing over there.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I hear sometimes when he sends me stuff. I thought I was the only one.
I let Lynn listen to it, and she said, "What the hell was that?" I got no idea.
Sometimes he sounds like Mighty Mouse,
It's like, holy crap. Well, everybody's having a great time here. I think everyone enjoyed it. When you start having
Absolutely.
tears of laughter, that's when you know you're having a good
It's good
time.
stuff.
It
Yeah.
has been fun.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Thank you so much.
good.
It's been fun.
Thank you.
Well, and I'll come on, Trina. I think you're part of the group, so now is this every Friday night? I guess that's the
Yes.
next question. Every
Yeah.
Friday night. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's good. It's good that someone's going to start doing shows on Fridays. I mean,
Yeah.
So it's like we're slowly filling up the week. It seems, to Tuesday with you, and then Saturday
Mhm.
we've got Robert, and
yeah.
he didn't get home from work late again, and it was Halloween. That's why we didn't have a show last week. But we'll be resuming.
Understandable. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's understandable.
it's just like I said, for whatever reason, he's been working a lot of hours lately, so we knew
Yeah.
that might happen. So it does.
Yeah.
I saw one of your programs, and I know this is off topic, but Steve's slightly saying it's Sloof. Was he sick? Did he have the coronavirus?
No.
he had an
No.
asthma
No.
attack.
Allergy. Yeah.
Asthma.
Allergies. Oh, he
Asthma
looked-
attack.
Yeah, asthma
Oh, was
attack
it
brought by
asthma?
allergy,
Okay.
you know.
I know
I
it
was
was
sending some
respiratory.
healing to that dude. I went, man,
Yeah.
you're looking, man, it's like, it
Yeah.
looked like it was kicking his butt.
He
Yeah, it
bounced
was.
back
He
pretty
freaked
quick.
out.
Well, everybody
That
did,
he
yeah.
did.
He's like, I can't breathe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, this has been fun, folks. Thank you, ladies. David, always a pleasure. I'm not gonna wish you luck because luck doesn't play in this. This is through hard work, and through hard work,
Yeah.
success comes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, to
Absolutely.
me, I think the question is just how big will the harvest be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I'm
you know,
thinking-
Wayne, like I said, I keep hearing this is a special group of people. It really is.
Yeah, I
I
agree. I
believe
look at
that.
y'all and
It really is.
just, you know,
Yeah.
y'all are just beautiful people, man. I mean, just,
Thank you.
you know, y'all
You're
are just,
beautiful
We
too,
love you,
Wayne.
Wayne.
You're beautiful
I think
too.
we were, I think we were brought together, Wayne, because as we're talking, we've only had like 3 weeks, okay? 3
Wow.
weeks, you guys, to do this, which normally a program like this, it's been my experience, it takes anywhere from a month to 2 to 3 months to pull it off.
Right.
But what
Yeah.
it is that we're so connected. We found out through personal interaction where we are so many sacred synchronicities going on. It's ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
there's parts of everyone that's a part of me. Parts of their stories that's part of me, and vice versa. And when you have that kind of connection, magic.
Yeah.
So
Magic.
it's been a very magical process that's
Yeah.
happened in a very short period of time. So
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
hope
I
our
remember-
viewers will cut us a break our first night, because we're, it's our first go live, and we're bound to have some bumps and grinds along the way in there, but they should
Yeah.
be fun bumps and
Okay.
grinds, if you know what I mean.
It's all
y'all are
right.
going to be fine. And,
Yeah.
it's all right. Just always have a song in your heart.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
got
But
Joel
just remember,
Stapleton.
Brian Barnett called his channel second time round Milky Way Messengers. Plural.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
We're all,
Yeah.
we're all in it. We're all in it
Yeah,
together.
we are.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He
He's here.
knew. He knew. He knew.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
He's here. He's
Yep.
among us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I sense the dude all the time.
Yeah.
He
Knew.
comes over and jams with me, I put a little Jerry Garcia on, and
Right on.
Remember I went to Mount Zion?
yes.
Yeah.
I was literally like praying on top of Angel's Landing, and I could feel
Yeah.
Brian's presence so powerfully. One of the pictures came off of my kid's camera. More of the photos. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick, because this light that I keep catching is really mind blowing. It's completely beautiful. I'll have to show it to you guys later. I can't find it, but yeah, I keep seeing this beautiful big.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I'll look. Actually, I will,
Okay.
because I know it's in here.
Well, everyone,
so
I've had a
beautiful.
blast.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. It's such
Y'all
an
gotta come
honor
back
and
on.
Thank you
pleasure.
very much.
I know
Oh,
y'all.
love to. Would
all
love
right.
to.
Wayne,
We'd love to
Individually-
see you on
definitely-
our channel.
You're
We'd
coming
love to
on,
see you.
Wayne.
Yeah.
I am.
You're coming on.
I'll come on. I'll give you my
Good.
word. Just, tell me when. And
Just wear your
Awesome.
John Lennon wig and get out your guitar, buddy.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, he's showing up right there, isn't he?
yeah. Look at that.
Wow.
Say
That's
something, Trina,
interesting.
please. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
That is.
Yes, I've
cool.
never seen a light look quite like that,
And
reflect
it was
that way.
3 layered. One of the
Show it
photos.
again, Trina.
It's like
Show
a
it again,
cone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a
Show it again.
cone.
so everyone can get a chance to see.
Almost like a
You have to talk,
megaphone.
right? Talk, Trina.
Yeah, it is. It's like a
There
megaphone.
we
It
go.
literally,
Yeah.
and it's got colors, and those are Brian's colors.
That's
Mhm.
weird. That's a
It was
funnel.
like 3 deep. So you see the
Wow.
big one, there was one here, and then there was a bigger one below, and then there was a real small little blue one underneath that one with another dome looking thing shooting out at the second layer bubble. So it was like a 3 bubble situation too. It's
That's very
super-
odd. You don't see that kind of a
No.
shape like that. That's very interesting.
And I got, like I said, when I was up on that mountain, I was praying and I could feel Brian, and I had a moment where I almost felt like the dimensions moved on me, and I literally had to sit down because I felt like the mountain was going to dissolve and I was just going to float away. It was really a strange
Wow.
feeling that I was having.
Hmm.
He
And
was showing his rainbow warrior side, wasn't he?
That's it. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
and then there's
Well,
another
yeah.
picture when I'm with my daughter and we're sitting on the rock, and literally it's like he's sitting in my lap. It's very,
Wow.
very interesting. But yeah, the light, And that was, I hadn't seen that picture because that one just came off my kid's camera. They just showed it to me. They're like, Mom, look at this. And I was like, wow, again, I can, because I caught it on my camera, but they caught it on theirs too. And it's different. It's amazing, but it's the same. It's the big green orb, but we caught different parts of it at different times. But it was
up for you.
Same.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Powerful spiritual presences we connect to, and love is what does it, guys. And I love you all. So
I love you back.
We
in my
love
life.
you, Trina.
So I got Bruce Springsteen, you know, spirits in the night. Oh,
Yeah.
Long.
all right. Much love, everyone. Thank you. Everyone stay on here after we get off here. Thanks, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in, and make sure to subscribe over there to the Andromeda
Yes,
7
please
channel.
subscribe.